All right, Roadrunner fans, it's game day UTSA. We're taking on Middle Tennessee State, the Blue Raiders. What's a Blue Raider? I guess they're blue, and, well, they picked the nickname Raiders, and they just put them together. Kind of like, what's a Blue Devil? Duke Blue Devil. Anyway, what's a Red Raider? Where's red? Raids people? I don't know. So, last year we took on Middle Tennessee State. Weren't supposed to play them. They filled in a void for us when another school backed out on us. 2020. A lot of schools did that. We played them, beat them decently. Hope to do the same again and start the season 3-0. Let's go, Roadrunners. And there it goes. Hey, everybody. This is the Lit Medallion. I'm back. I've got a very special guest. He's one of our star running backs. Now, if you think our program's super old or super young, back in the day. But I remember he had a very strong game for us when we went and we renamed TD UTSA Stadium. That's a little jab at all my UH friends back in Houston. But this is Jarveon Williams. And I want to give him a chance to talk about what he's doing now and what he really hopes to achieve with what he's doing now. I'm just going to give him the floor. Thank you for joining us. Go ahead, Jarveon.
Thank you for having me. Hope you guys can hear me pretty well. Again, my name is Jarveon Williams, San Antonio native, UTSA Roadrunner for life, birds up, former Bengal, former Montreal Alouette. So now just trying to transition into life, and one of my inspirations is working with kids, and so I'm opened up a strength and conditioning facility, BSA Sports Lab over in Schertz, Texas. Our primary clientele are youth athletes. We start all the way from the beginning age of 8 and work all the way up to professional athletes. I mean, we've had guys come in and prepare for training camps, as well as train here in our off season. And so, my goal is to just provide another resource, another resource for guys and kids to come to train of all sports. And so, I also have a nonprofit organization called Youth in Development, where we provide developmental programs for kids that maybe need mentorship or help with the academic classroom, as well as competing at a high level. And so we kind of help them get organized with different local teams and organizations, ball clubs, as well as help them out academically and in their life. And so I've been running both of those for about 3-4 years now, and it's been truly amazing, truly a testament to just the way I grew up and my way of giving back. And so if you ever can look us up, BSA Sports Lab, we're in Schertz, Texas. 210 Development, we're located in University City, Texas, headquartered out of University City, Texas, but we work with everyone. So I'm out here. You can contact me at Instagram at Dub02, DUBB02, on Twitter, same thing, Dub02, DUBB02, and on Facebook. So hit that follow button, pay attention to all news coming, lock in with me.
I'll do my best to get those in the tags down below,
don't worry,
in the description. So, but let's talk about your nonprofit, because it sure seems like you mentioned helping kids in the classroom and being a former Division I athlete and having to get the grades, having to get through class. The one question I want to ask, and I think a lot of people probably don't understand or necessarily respect, is what is the single biggest struggle with academics and being a Division I athlete?
Time management. I would say that, high school, you go to school for a little bit, you can sit in class, you can kind of pay attention, kind of not pay attention. You're most likely gonna, kind of pass along, especially if you're performing high, on the field or in the athletic battlefield, wherever you are. And in college, it's a little bit more time management. You have to, be responsible for meetings. You have to be responsible for, training sessions. You have to be responsible for, tutoring sessions, as well as performing at a high level. And so a lot of people don't realize that, athletes endure a lot of mental stress, as well as physical stress, from, performing on the field or on the court or wherever they're playing, as well as mentally, finish a practice and having to go home and still study, 3-4 hours for that test or that midterm or that final that you may have coming up. And so, my job is to, try to catch these kids at an earlier age and, give them that source and give them that resource of, time management. Go to school, I have a mentor session here. Maybe I have this on Tuesday, this on Thursday. Help them get, outlined out with a schedule, a weekly schedule, a monthly schedule. Just putting their life, on paper for them. A lot of people just kind of go through life, but when you kind of put things on paper and put them in schedulers and, books and all that good stuff, it's easier to see it and be more organized. So just teaching these kids a lot of organizational skills as well as time management skills goes a long way. And not just in sports, in life. You're going to grow up and you're going to be done with sports. You're going to have a job. Hopefully you have a family one day. You're going to have kids that have to be here, kids that have to be there. Your wife's going to want you here. You got, your in-laws, so just being able to manage all that stuff, and I think that's a great skill to learn at an early age.
Well, it's fun. So you really detailed it very well, because after I graduated from UTSA, a long time ago, I got into supply chain, and I've been a planner of some kind, some level, whether it be on the supply side or the demand side or the new product side. And one thing you have to have is you have to have a plan, right? You have to have what you do on Monday has to be what you do on Monday every Monday, right? If you're going to be on vacation on Monday, well, you got to make it up on Tuesday, right? So it's interesting that when you talked about going to practice and then coming home for 3 hours, what was it like? You just run through, good Lord, Brian Price. He's on the field against you. You just ran through him, right? Did you ever?
Yeah, of course. One thing about being at a Division I school, hey, you're gonna make plays, the other guys are gonna make plays too. So, there's times that Brian hit me in the backfield. There's times where, I shook him and made him, fall on the ground. So, it's different. There's different plays I've made, different plays that he's made, and so, just having that level of competition and that iron sharpen iron mentality. You got to realize, that, he's gonna make plays, you're gonna make plays too. And so, as long as both of y'all getting better, then the brand, the team is getting better. And so,
but it still hurts, doesn't it?
Yeah, it hurts me just like it hurts him. It hurts me just like it hurts him.
4 hours later, you're like,
he's had to ice his ankles after practice sometimes. So, we all get the best of each other. So, that's the good thing about, like I said, playing at a high level and, playing with this competition. Competition's everywhere, not just in the athletic world, in the job market, in corporate America. There's competition everywhere. So, just understanding the concept of that and, being able to, like you said, this person has a good play or a good drive or whatever it may be, a good sack. You come back and you make a good block, or you make a touchdown run or something like that. So you always want to keep playing and keep going and stay persistent. And so I'm a big advocate of that. And so that's what I try to tell my kids: be persistent, be consistent in everything that you do.
So I've been smiling because I threw out Brian Price because obviously he's been one of our tenured NFL players for us, but it was meant loving. He played for UTSA, so whether he made it, any of our players, in my opinion, make it to the next level, I really don't. I don't want to say I don't care. It doesn't mean that much to me if they don't make it to the next level. I want them to be successful at whatever level they are at, right? And that's why I was glad to have Jarveon on here to explain how he's done something outside of football, how he's producing himself and hustling. We had talked a little bit before. I asked him if he was willing to be on this video, and he said sure. And he asked me for the format, and I said, hey, I'm just going to let you talk. I'm going to let you sell, and I'll interject with some stuff, and he's been great. I can't complain. So now we're going to have a lot of fun. So we play Middle Tennessee State, the Blue Raiders. What's a Blue Raider? I have no idea. I know what a Raider is, but I guess they wear blue. But we know what a Roadrunner is. It likes to run instead of fly. It takes on rattlesnakes. Horses run away from rattlesnakes. Elephants don't want to mess with rattlesnakes. You name it, whatever. But our mascot got no problem with them. So now that we're taking on the Blue Raiders, now that I've had all that fun, What's your prediction for the score?
Or I'm going UTSA 35, Middle Tennessee 17.
That's a pretty solid. That's a bold statement. It really is, because we had them pretty good last year, and they kind of made a comeback, and we had to shut them down with a turnover late, I believe. We were always in front, but they were rallying pretty good. So I'm going with Roadrunners 77, Blue Raiders -1. They're just going to give up. They're giving up 1 point just to get off the field. They're like, hey, take a point away from us. That's how it's going to be.
That's the way it is.
It's the way it is. Hey, if it isn't a little fun talking, a little bit of smack talking about college football, no harm, no foul. All I want is all the players to get off the field healthy, and I'll be in the stands rooting on the Roadrunners.
Making the hole for the heart.
That's pretty much all I have. Would you like to say anything else, Jarveon?
Yes, no. If you, like I said, if you're willing to follow us, or you're trying to help and support a troubling youth in the San Antonio community, look us up at 210development.com. You can donate. You can sponsor a child, sponsor a program, and so look us up: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, you name it. 210development.com. Thank you.
Thank you. Hey,
Birds up.
go Roadrunners.